The Antiquity Project has the mission to wipe the dust covering some of humankind's oldest mysteries. In this video, we will take a look at the huge boxes found at the Serapeum of Saqqara in Egypt. According to the history books, these boxes were made by the ancient Egyptians thousands of years ago with the use of hand tools and manpower. But there has always been a huge speculation about this, with many TV shows, YouTube channels, and books claiming that these boxes have a much older origin and were not created by the ancient Egyptians as we learn on museums of today. So let's take a look at some of their claims and see if they are true. In this video of Uncharted X, we can see the sighting of Chris Dunn claiming that those boxes are super precise, and even with a very precise square, he couldn't figure out any flaws or errors in the geometry. Such claims always amazed me on how did the ancient Egyptians came up with this. But are these measurements true? Well, on the History channel, we can see Giorgio placing a square against the corner, where the other guy points his head saying, yeah, that's perfectly flat. But on this video from Scientists Against Myths, we can see that they took a real electronic square to the Serapeum so that we can see the correct measurements of these boxes. And with big surprise of many people, we can see that those boxes are not perfect. They are indeed very well made, but they are not perfect. With many angles off by more than 1 degree, those boxes cannot be called perfect by nowadays measurements and standards. Therefore, we can conclude that the measurements taken by Chris Dunn before were not correct, shattering by pieces the theory that those boxes are perfectly made by ancient tech. I'm not saying that any theory is valid or invalid, but those boxes are proof of anything else that we cannot blindly trust the internet or the TV. Another proof of this are the weight of those boxes. According to the famous TV show, those boxes weigh more than 100 tons. But using a simple calculator, we can see that even if those boxes were solid, without the whole interior, their total weight would be less than the famous 100 tons, making it way less impressive. If you are also impressed by the ancient Egypt, the Mayas, the Incas, and so on, stay tuned to our channel while we uncover some of the biggest mysteries surrounding it, with a focus on showing the truth and nothing else. In the next video, we'll talk about the famous vases found in Egypt that, according to some, are precise to the nanometer, which is also not so correct. Also, the Sphinx being more than 12,000 years old also doesn't seem so, and I have very good reasons to show you why. And it's not just because it says on the texts. If we take a careful and scientific look into the so called evidences, we'll see that there is much more behind it than these shows are showing. So, the next time someone tells you that the ancient Egypt had lasers to build the pyramids and their sarcophagus, you will know what to tell them and what to show them. Send this video to your friends who still think that ancient cultures had high advanced technology. I would like to give a special thank you to Scientists Against Myths for their remarkable work regarding others that spread inaccurate information, not so much. Stay tuned for the next video. Have a great day.